voices in my ear. I guess these never disappear. I'll let them squeal and I will deal and make up my own mind. Might still have voices in my head, but now they're just the normal kind. Voices in my head, but now they're the...
Hey, my name is Courtney. I'm a alter in our system, and we're trying to get a video out every single day, and since Tori is so tired, I told her I would help her out. So I'm drawing a quick sketch of her partner, and I started out with just a sort of rough draft that Tori did. She took the picture, she put the tablet under the paper, and she sort of traced it out a minute before I came out. At first I was gonna try to go for a more realistic look, but as we went on, I kind of decided to do more of a comic character animation sort of look. I also really it was hard trying to draw him. He doesn't really, well, at least in that picture, he doesn't really have a whole lot of descriptive features, a whole lot of things I could work with. I don't see him a whole lot, so it was a little difficult for me to get everything right, but I feel like I did a pretty fair job. This is just a quick sketch. It took maybe 20 minutes to do. And yeah. So first we went in with a soft pencil, and then we sort of made everything a little bit darker. I could not for the life of me figure out his face shape. I just couldn't. It took forever to figure out the right shape, the right hair I wanted, the right clothes I wanted. It was just really difficult. By the time I got to the hair, I just decided we're just gonna go cartoon, and we're just gonna make him a character in an animation, an animation TV show you might see. I was debating to go a little bit of a Disney style with him, but I decided not to. I feel like it just didn't fit his personality at all. So in the picture, he's wearing a very, very stripy shirt, and I did not want to draw all those lines since this is the end of the day and we are all very, very tired. So I just went with the basic polo. I tried working with the arm shape. I don't know why I didn't like it. I just didn't like it. I noticed that his cheekbone is a little more exaggerated than the rest of his face. So it sort of has like a nice little cheekbone there, and once I added that in, I think I add that in later, it makes him look a lot better. I don't know why I had such a hard time with the arm proportions, but I did. I'm not sure why. Usually I can do it pretty well. I tried doing a little bit of a sort of flirty pose. I probably failed, but it went okay. I decided to keep the background of us at our Sunday breakfast. So he's leaning on a table with a hand on his hip, and there will be a coffee in front of his hand. He usually doesn't show his hands a whole lot at breakfast, or at least what I've seen. I don't know why, he just has that sort of hiding his hands. Now, he drinks a lot of coffee, and I mean a lot of coffee, an energy drink, so I knew I had to put coffee in there somewhere. I don't know why I had such a hard time with the coffee cup proportions either. I think it was just the angle I was drawing at. It's not exactly a professional setup there, but I did my best. I'm tired, I'm grouchy, and I really just didn't want to do this, but I did it anyway. So I tried doing a little bit more shading, see if it would give him a little more personality. Of course, it helped a little bit, but not too horribly much. I didn't realize whenever I was drawing, I was brushing the side of my hand on the paper. I was still very much co-con with Tori. You can even hear it in my voice a bit. So I got pencil and pen all over my hand, and it smeared his eye later on, and it was a nightmare. But the end look isn't something I would be disappointed of. It's definitely not something I would say is my best, but not bad for a quick sketch. I started to try to go a little bit of a Steven Universe sort of style. It sort of turned out a little more detailed than that. Kind of reminds me of King of the Hill meets anime. So I just sort of went over some of the features I really liked in a darker color, as well as shading a bit. I just fixed a few minor details here, fixed his smile, his nose, his ears, just little things there. I'm just adding a little bit of shading just to make him pop a little bit, so then he doesn't look so flat, so 2D. So at some point I decided that I kind of wanted to take him from, not from our point of view like the other alters, but more from Tori's point of view, make him look a little more charming, a little more flirty. I added a little bit of accessory here and there just to make him a little more like the way Tori sees him. And yeah. I fixed his jaw. I think that was the first thing I did when I started making him look a little more like how Tori sees him. I fixed his jawline, made it a little more easier to distinguish the square jaw with the neck. I started getting a final outline of the arms, which again, I don't know why they're not very proportionate, but oh well, we can just say it's part of the art style. It'll be our little secret. So I added some little sparkly doos. I usually see in animes or some other sort of art styles, just to show that, oh, he's a pretty guy. Yeah. I was debating about adding more of a background, but I decided not to, just to give him that, oh my gosh, it's a handsome guy, nothing else really matters sort of feel to it. At this point I was just looking for a pen. I couldn't find one. I had to go across the room to get a pen because I wanted to trace it out a bit. I did not add color because when the eye, you can even see now, the eye is smeared. And I didn't even realize it until I went over it and smeared it again. But this part didn't really make me nervous. Like I said, I was mostly bored the whole time. I don't really enjoy drawing people outside, or like drawing people or things outside the mind. Just because I don't get to see them a lot. I don't get to get every little detail, every little aspect of their personality. So I guess you could say it was a bit of a challenge. I don't usually front a whole lot. I do help out with drawings, and I do give Tori drawing lessons. So her drawings definitely have gotten a little better. And yeah, so it was a little bit of a complicated challenge. But you know, I enjoy a good challenge once in a while. As I'm watching back, I'm like starting to realize that I made him look a lot more like an anime boy than I originally intended to be. Usually an art style I pick based on someone's personality, but like I said, I don't really front a whole lot, so I didn't really know Jesse's personality as well as I probably should, but I feel like I did a pretty good job. So as I was doing this, I was co-con with Tori, and it was a little difficult considering that both me and Tori have different strengths and weaknesses when it comes to drawing. She also has a very different art style than I do, so we sort of had a little bit of problems lining it up straight and making everything look I don't want to say perfect, but good. Like I said, I am pretty proud of how it did turn out. I wouldn't say it's my best, but I wouldn't say it's my worst either. Yeah. So this is just a simple little thing I could do just because Tori really wanted to work hard to get a video up every single day, and tomorrow is Monday, which is school, so I just thought I would help her out a bit and make this. So at this point, I'm just trying to figure out how I want to do the shading. I started with like a line sort of shading where it's just a bunch of little lines, but as I went on, I started doing a bit of artistic choices with the hair, just doing some thick solid black lines just to give it a little bit of character. Jesse does have like a dark brown, almost black hair, so I felt like it did a little bit of justice to that. And you can see where the eye is totally smeared. I wanted to give him some blush just because he's head over heels for Tori, so I was gonna try out a few different styles of blush, but the first one I did just sort of worked out really well. And with the little heart icon emoji, and he is done. I hope you enjoyed.